Backchat TV. Subscribe.
He has also talked about it. That left hook is so good, and it's so long and so precise and so hard, but
Yeah, but Ryan, you're looking around. Is there any reason why you're looking around? Somebody?
I'm just trying to see that coward in front of me, though. You know, I'm trying to address it straight up.
What's his
Let
name?
him know, Devin Haney,
Yeah,
we're not fucking friends. Don't fucking come at me like that. Get off my phone. Don't hit my line.
Hey, I can tell you're serious, man. I guess
I'm
you
dead
want
ass.
you want to get into it. Why it's not friends anymore?
Yeah, because these dudes, they try to make you soft by trying to be super nice to you and smile in your face and then stab you in the back when it's time. I'm not gonna let that happen. I see right through you. You're fake. You're a phony. Your dad's a phony. Everybody's a phony around you.
So when it came time to sign the contract, he was delaying, he was playing around.
Oh yeah, you know, we called, he talked to me on the phone, and he was like, you know, he expressed what he wants, and then I said, okay, let me see what I could do here. But then I caught it like he was being extra nice. I was like, bro, cut that already. Calm down, bro. No, we're not friends. Stop, bro. We're not. Don't try to soften me up. You're a weirdo.
How did this all happen, Ryan?
You know, just I did everything I can. I always do everything I can to deliver the fight to the fight.
What's going on, guys? It's Backchat TV, and I'm back with another video. This time, we've got breaking news. Ryan Garcia and Devin the Dream Haney are gonna fight. Apparently, it's locked in. All negotiations have been made. As far as I know, the contract is ready to go for April the 20th. Another exciting fight. You know, Devin Haney's really getting these good fights, man. The fight with Regis Prograis was exciting. Exciting build-up, trash talk back and forth. Garcia has had an exciting fight, although he didn't get the decision against Gervonta Davis. You know, they're both rising stars. Definitely, Ryan Garcia has a bigger star following, but Devin Haney fan base is also growing, and he's growing his fan base, I think, the right way, you know, actually on his skills and his hard work and his achievements, rather than, you know, Garcia maybe a little bit more on his kind of star potential, good looks and stuff like that. And I feel like that's going to come back to haunt Garcia, to be honest, because if you're not putting in the hard work and the dedication and the focus, which I think Devin Haney has, you're destined for disappointment in this boxing game. That's personally how I feel. In relation to this fight, it's a very exciting fight. All the fans are waiting for the top lightweights to fight each other, so everyone's going to be excited about this fight. Obviously, we saw Gervonta Davis and Garcia, which didn't go Garcia's way, but then there were excuses for that, being weight drained, Garcia being hurt in sparring, which was confirmed as true. Garcia has another opportunity to kind of redeem himself. So this is a good fight for him. I don't think it was a good move to fight Devin Haney instead of Rolly, to be honest. I think he should have made that fight with Rolly. I don't know how it fell through, but he should have made that fight with Rolly. I think he could have knocked Rolly out with the skill that Garcia has, or at least looked very impressive against someone like Rolly. And I think then what would happen is people would really start to kind of back Garcia a lot more if he would have beaten Rolly first before the Devin Haney fight. But something fell through with negotiations, and now we've got the Devin Haney fight on the table, and I think he's going to lose. And that will be 2 losses on his record, which I don't know what that's going to do for Garcia's profile. I think his stock will go down considerably, but I think he'll lose to Devin Haney. Why do I think he'll lose? Just the difference in skill set. You know, Devin Haney just has more tools, more athletic, defense. He's got that jab, and just so many things that I think Garcia's going to struggle with. I'm not saying Garcia's a one-trick pony or anything, but there are some weaknesses that Garcia has that will definitely be exposed by Haney. And I feel that he'll lose, and I feel like he would have preferred to have fought against Rolly first. But, you know, we have Devin Haney and Garcia, and that's a fight that's going to excite so many fans, especially since they've had this altercation It's just giving a little bit more spice to the build-up. This altercation, I suspect, will carry on in the lead up to the fight, the conference, the weigh-in, you know. So I think it's definitely going to be exciting. I'm excited for it. April the 20th, Garcia versus Devin Haney. My early pick, like I said before, is Devin Haney, probably on points or maybe by stoppage. I do think Devin Haney has become a lot more powerful as he's moved up. I think that's one of the reasons why he's moved up, is because we all know he was struggling quite a lot with making the weight. He's naturally quite a big guy, to be honest. He's naturally a big guy. He's growing at a very fast rate. I think we're going to see suddenly, you know, an increase in his power as he goes up as well. The same may be true for Garcia. But I feel like it's going to benefit Haney more moving up, because he's moving up to a weight that's more naturally his weight and slowly going to move up to 147. And I feel like because he gets by on his skills, I don't feel like it's going to affect him moving up. You know, I feel like the skills pay the bills, and I feel like him moving up, he's only going to improve his power, improve his endurance. Whereas with Garcia, speed is a big part of his game. I know that he has that powerful left hand, but the delivery, the speed and the power is a big part of his game. And I think as Garcia moves up, I think he might lose a bit of that speed. Now, his power may increase, obviously, by moving up. But I think if Garcia loses speed, and he's already kind of limited with his skills, I feel, or the variety of his skills is limited, I think that's a recipe for disaster at the top level. Personally, I think he's going to lose to Devin Haney just because of that reason, not having enough skills. When he can't land that left hand, it's going to be an issue. And where will he go from there? 2 losses on his record. You know, and if he fights the likes of a Shakur Stevenson, the same kind of issue, a guy who is skilled, is likely to be a similar outcome. Although I do feel that Garcia would have more of a chance against Shakur maybe than Devin Haney. Maybe, I'm not sure. I rate Shakur quite highly, to be honest. His defensive skills are amazing. But, you know, I'm just thinking about Garcia, the projection of his career. You know, I feel like he may feel like he's on top of the world at the moment, but I feel like he could drop quite quickly in the position that he's in if he doesn't increase that skill set and he doesn't learn these new skills and stop relying on that, the power and the speed of that left hand. I feel like he's going to get beaten by Devin Haney. He'll get beaten by Shakur, you know, and that's going to be quite devastating for his career. I think he'd get beaten by someone like Loma as well, although Loma's not moving up to 140. Just skill set, the more skilled fighter. I do, however, feel that Garcia would beat Rolly. I think he would beat maybe Teofimo. To be honest, I think he's athletic enough to stay away from Teofimo and quick enough to land that left hand. We've seen Teofimo, we've seen his weaknesses. He can't close the distance. He doesn't have any jab, so he can work his way in. He doesn't fight the hands, Teofimo, you know, he doesn't do hand fighting, so he can't bridge that gap if you decide to move. And we know, although Garcia is not that type of fighter, we know that he can move and lead you into shots. So I kind of feel like Garcia is not at the top level with Gervonta Davis, a Devin Haney and a Shakur, but I do feel like he's just behind those three, I should say. I do think he's at the level of the Teofimo and Loma and Rolly. Well, Rolly's below those two, but I do feel he's below those guys. But it's going to be a good fight, and if you've got power like Garcia and that speed and accuracy and timing, you've always got a chance. So I give Garcia a good chance. It will be a good matchup. I think Devin Haney will come out on top of that one. Just like I said, too skilled. I think it's going to be exciting. I think the back and forth is going to be exciting. Garcia can really talk. I think he's a good talker, a good trash talker. And Devin Haney is turning out to be quite a good trash talker. Bill Haley seems to be getting involved a lot more in these kind of trash talking competitions. Bill Haney seems to get involved a lot more than he used to. That makes for a good promotion also. So all in all, I'm happy that this fight is made. Now, let's just talk a little bit about this altercation and why this happened. So basically, in the interview you heard Garcia was complaining that Devin Haney called him up personally and tried to be all nice, making negotiations, and he realized that Devin Haney was just trying to pretend like he's his friend when he's not, and he got quite emotional about it, and he came out here and confronted Devin Haney, which is the reason why this altercation happened. Now, personally, I think this is just another example of not being focused for Garcia. Garcia is concentrating on all the wrong things, you know, oh, you're not really a friend, you're fake, and all this stuff. Of course he's not a friend. You know, of course he's not a friend. Devin Haney is focused, and he doesn't seem like he cares about anybody else in boxing. He has his own team, his dad, his family. He's trying to become great. He's trying to win belts. He's trying to become undisputed. He's trying to make the most money. I don't think he has any friendships here at all. You know, so I think Garcia should get that out of his mind, and he shouldn't get angry about fellow boxers backstabbing him and saying one thing and being nice in your face. There's no friendship in boxing. The sooner Garcia realizes this, the better, because it's going to come back to bite him if he keeps thinking in this way. And I'm starting to see a little pattern of Garcia being a little bit too emotional. You know, getting into this altercation with Haney, and he's back and forth. When he had the back and forth with Gervonta Davis, the stuff that's going on with his promotional team and Oscar De La Hoya, all that emotional stuff, you know, why are you fighting with your team and all this stuff? Something about Garcia that's not quite right there. It's not quite matured yet, I see. Although he comes across as a very mature person, there's something quite immature there somewhere, and when you're fighting and you're boxing, you know, that doesn't help you. Being immature doesn't help you. Having said that, some of Ryan Garcia's accusations about Devin Haney being a backstabber are quite common, to be honest. It's not the first time I've heard this accusation. Remember Kambosos, before the Kambosos fight, Devin Haney versus Kambosos. Kambosos said that Devin Haney would call him numerous times, talking about other fighters behind their back, and talking about Teofimo's wife, and he's having problems, and all this stuff, which Kambosos outed him for saying these things and basically said that he was fake and he was a backstabber. Same thing that Ryan Garcia is saying. So what does this say about Devin Haney's character? Now, some people could say this shows that Devin Haney is a snake. But personally, I think Devin Haney, like I said before, will do anything to get himself to the top. To be at the top of negotiations, to get an advantage. You know, and it goes back to the same thing I was talking about no friends in boxing. I don't blame Haney for being a backstabber, as people say. I personally feel like you should expect this from a competitor that's in your weight class. There should be no friends anyway. There should be no trust between competitors, and Ryan Garcia should learn that pretty quickly if he's going to have a chance to, you know, progress and win. Let me know who you think's going to win. Let me know what you think about this altercation. Do you think it was scripted? I've heard some people online say it was scripted. I don't think it was scripted. I don't think it was scripted. You saw clearly them, you know, tensions rising, and Devin Haney definitely didn't like being pushed, and he came straight at him, and then Garcia either ran and turned his back, which is what they were accusing him of, or it was his security that got in the way. Either way, it makes for a fun build-up. I can't wait to see the fight. Let me know in the comments who you think will win and why. I am interested to know. I do think they're both good fighters, and, you know, a lot of people would say Garcia has the power. Devin Haney has more of the skills. I'm not quite sure how true that is. I would say Garcia is the bigger puncher, but at a new weight class, we'll have to see. I still favour Devin Haney in this fight. Like I said, let me know what you think about this fight. Who do you think's going to win? Who do you think the winner should fight? Who do you think the loser should fight? I personally would like to see the winner fight Gervonta Davis, and maybe the loser fight Shakur Stevenson, because he needs to get back in the mix. I'm on to the next one.
I said, guess who's back? Man, guess who's back? I said, guess who's